Hafa and welcome to the Office of the Governor on this beautiful Friday. We are delighted to have you here with us to proclaim September 2025 as American Sign Language, ASL, and Deaf Awareness Month. Before we begin, of course, I want to introduce the Honorable Joshua F. Tenorio, Acting Governor of Guam. Also, our notable guests in the room, Jermaine Alerta, he's the Director of the Guam Developmental Disabilities Council. Ruel Drillen, he's the Deputy Director of DISID. Ms. Marie Wustig, the Guam EHDI Advisory Committee Chairperson. Ms. Marie. Tom Babauta, the Assistant Superintendent for the Division of Special Education at the Guam Department of Education. Myra Mendiola, the Deaf Educator at Career Tech Academy. I miss Myra. Also, I have some old friends in the audience. We use them for our ASL interpretive services. But first, Kevin Lizama Regis, he's a deaf advocate, also an employee here. Miss Jeannie Hollis, ASL interpreter, she's a good friend of ours. Miss Kirsten Rosario, ASL interpreter, also a good friend of ours. And in the back, Mr. Evangelist Ivan Babata, also our ASL interpreter. I also wanted to recognize a very special group because this is the next generation of interpreters. They're sitting at the wall here. They're students at the Guam Community College, and they're the newest cohort of interpreters here for the island. So without further ado, I want to welcome her to the podium for her remarks. Just introduce herself right now. Ms. Kirsten Rosario, our ASL interpreter.
Can I borrow one of the interpreters? Gotta do it both, right? We are a small team of interpreters, as you know. There are a limited amount of us. There's only 6 of us at GDOE and 5 outside that do a lot of the freelance interpreting. Thank you everybody for coming today. We are so happy and welcome to the government office. If you've never been here before, this is the conference room. This is where everything happens, news, media, and proclamation signings is what we are doing today. As we are moving into celebrating deaf awareness and sign language awareness, I just want everybody to remember that there's so much happening around the world. We understand that language access is not always the priority, but to know that we do have a group of deaf individuals here today, and I'm so honored to gather the old and then to gather the new. I mean, if I look over to the right, these are all the people that started sign language here on Guam, to include Chamorro Sign Language as well. Can you just give them a round of applause? They are workers out in our community. Mr. Fred, he's right here. He works for the Naval Hospital. He works under the federal government. And then also his wife is right there. Miss Floridiza Castro as well. And so she takes care of everything at home, and she works up in Anderson Bay Air Force Base as well. This is Miss Illustri and Mr. Illustri. They run a coconut stand every Saturday and Sunday. This is how they pay for their kids' medical college, right? And so they've been here on Guam for over 30 some years now, all of them working. This is Miss Florence. She is our local deaf weaver, master weaver here on Guam. So we're very happy and excited to have her. Mr. Alan Borja, who's been working for the government for over 25 years, a little bit more with DPR, Department of Public Works, and so he retired and went back to work because he got bored at home. Everybody knows Mr. Kevin. This is our biggest blessing. He has helped to advocate for the deaf and hard of hearing, to include our interpreters today. Getting a little emotional. Thank you. I have all my students. Raise your hand. It's awesome. These are all our high school students now. No one can say we're middle school and high school because we're all high school now. And so they've gone, this is their 3rd year here at Career Tech. I have Yuriko And Yuriko, raise your hand, Yuriko. Yuriko comes all the way from Palau. There is no other deaf person in Palau. The program in Palau pretty much shut down for the deaf and hard of hearing, so she's here as well. Emmeline is sitting next to her. Emmeline just finished middle school, so now she's officially high school. JD is right there too. It's our junior. EJ, they're from the island of Chuuk as well. And then I have Caleb, my future teacher. So when I retire, this is going to be my next teacher at GCC. So make sure you have language access for him. He's going to be our next advocate. And his beautiful mom, Trish, who is supportive, all consistently supports us and advocates for interpreting services, and also to include ASL and an English curriculum for Caleb. Thank you everyone for being here. I know there's more people in the room. You've all been a big help and a big resource for all of us, right, Ms. Jeannie? Yes. Yes, and Miss Jeannie actually is, she's on that retirement plan too, right? And so we're trying to keep her as long as we can, and for some of the interpreters. Yes.
Classmates. We were classmates at GCC way back in '92.
Yes, and you've been interpreting since how old?
Since I was 16, and now it's already, yeah, already 35 years for me.
Yes, 35 years in the government, and she started working in high school. And so, thank you guys for being here. I want to pass on the mic. No, okay, I guess not. Oh, and there's Nevaeh. We can't see you, Nevaeh. Sorry, Nevaeh, raise your hand. Nevaeh is also our hard of hearing student at Career Tech. She flies out to Las Vegas next week, so we're very sad. This is the last Friday with us, and we're celebrating Deaf Awareness. So hopefully she continues to sign when she's in Las Vegas, and we find me and Miss Myra. Raise your hand, Miss Myra. This is my biggest inspiration right now. If it wasn't for Miss Myra, we would not have an ASL and English curriculum. I would not have a deaf teacher, and I think that's really important that these students learn from deaf people themselves. It's their language, it's their culture. We just immerse ourselves in it. We learn the language because we love ASL, and this is why we're all here today. So we truly appreciate every single one of you, including you, LT, for giving us the chance today to be here to celebrate them all. So thank you for doing so much for Guam for over 30 years. Right, Miss Jeannie? I'm 40, actually. Now can I pass it on to the next, the very important person? Is why we're here. Thank you so much.
Welcome, and happy Friday. Before I start, Kevin, I can share that story. We have a story to share, okay? So, this is such a good opportunity for us to bring public awareness about the services that we must provide, but also to recognize that we have talented people here on Guam that we want to enable to do their part to continue to make Guam a very, very special place. And I say that must, right? Because everybody on our island, whatever language you use or speak, is entitled to government services. And recently, Kevin brought to my attention where somebody was needing services at public health, and they were denied services because they weren't accommodated with an interpreter. And I was really shocked. What it tells me is we have to continue to spread the word. Sometimes new employees come in, maybe they're not keeping up with their training, but every single person that presents themselves to the government is entitled to have language access, including sign language. It is a right. And I say this because many years ago, I used to be the administrator of the court. So I was very, very careful in creating language access programs because people are entitled to know their rights. People are entitled to even serve on a jury. And especially when we talk about education or public safety or healthcare, people need to know what is happening to them. And they need to understand what their choices are going to be in caring for themselves and caring for their families. A few years ago, we also had a situation that I learned about where there was an injury that occurred with one of our residents. And because at the time, nobody in one of the hospitals understood how to communicate with the patient, there were some mistakes that occurred. And those are the reasons why I feel that we have days like this today where we are giving the proclamation, but we also have a national and international movement to showcase and bring attention to the entire public about why language access, and in this case, why sign language is so important and critical. And it is a right and entitlement for our people to receive services in this language, in sign language. So I just wanted to thank Kevin. And it just goes to show you, even though Kevin works here, right, in the legal office, right, he wrote to me as an advocate. And the reason why it's so important to do that is because you have to document this. We have to show and find out where is the mistake. And we have to make sure that it gets corrected because people's lives are at stake. More than that, there are more opportunities that can be given if our residents understand and have access to the services so they know how they can reach their own potential. So I want to recognize all of everybody in this community. And I'm just really grateful to see all of the students. And I have a secret to tell you. I've known Caleb since, how old, Trish? Let's see, 11. How old is Caleb now? 15. Oh, I met Caleb when he was a toddler. Because I used to work with Trish. And so Caleb, if I'm understanding correctly, you might be on a path to being a teacher. I hope you stay on that path. And I hope the other students might consider that. And I want to tell you, when I see the president of Palau and when I see the heads of government for the FSM, we will try and figure out how we can help. Because we're all in one community here. And I think we always want to lift each other up. To the teachers, thank you very much. Jeannie, Kristen, boy, we're all around the same age. So to the new teachers, congratulations. Thank you. I feel that this is probably one of the most rewarding professions that you can have in your own life. And I just am grateful that all of you are still in this. And for our veterans and for our elders in this community, thank you also for paving the way. I know that when you grew up, maybe the services weren't as expansive as they are today. But because of your experience and your inspiration, we can continue to try and help more people so that our kids especially can live their lives and really pursue all the things that they want to pursue. So thank you very much. And Biba Sign Language.
Thank you to our acting governor for his remarks. I'll now proceed with the reading of the proclamation. Proclamation number 2025-89, a proclamation of the governor proclaiming September 2025 as American Sign Language, ASL, and Deaf Awareness Month. Whereas deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind individuals are a vital part of Guam's diverse community, contributing to the island's cultural, economic, educational, and social life. Whereas American Sign Language is a complete, natural language with its own grammar, syntax, and cultural heritage, recognized in the United States as a distinct and legitimate language. Whereas Guam's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community includes individuals for whom American Sign Language is a primary language, for whom visual communication is essential for full access to education, public services, employment, and civic participation. Whereas barriers to access, such as the lack of qualified interpreters, insufficient captioning, and limited public awareness, continue to prevent equal opportunity in violation of the principles of equity, dignity, and respect owed to every resident. Whereas the pool of qualified ASL interpreters on Guam remains limited, creating additional challenges to communication access in educational, medical, legal, and public settings, and reinforcing the need to invest in interpreter training, recruitment, and retention. Whereas deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind residents continue to face unlawful barriers when government agencies, schools, healthcare providers, and other public institutions require them to bring or pay for their own interpreter, despite federal and local laws that clearly mandate these agencies to provide qualified interpreters at no cost to the individual. Whereas Executive Order 2015-15 recognized the need for government accountability in ensuring accessibility for deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind residents, and continued commitment to these principles requires active engagement, policy enforcement, and investment in language access. Whereas employment opportunities and workplace inclusion are strengthened when communication access, interpreting services, and captioning are recognized as fundamental rights rather than optional accommodations. Whereas on September 9, 2019, the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration proclaimed Guam's first ever Deaf and Hard of Hearing Awareness Month, establishing a historic recognition of the rights, language, and contributions of the deaf community. Whereas Deaf Awareness Month serves to promote understanding of deaf culture, the value of American Sign Language, and the importance of ensuring deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind individuals may participate fully in all aspects of community life. Whereas Deaf Awareness Month is an opportunity to celebrate the resilience, creativity, and leadership of Guam's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind residents who enrich the island's heritage and future. Whereas this observance calls upon all residents, organizations, schools, and government agencies to join in recognizing the rights, contributions, and culture of the deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community, and to take concrete actions toward inclusion. And whereas we encourage government agencies, educational institutions, businesses, and civic organizations to take meaningful steps toward ensuring full accessibility and equal participation for all, such as using and promoting American Sign Language, recognizing the pressing need to expand the availability of qualified ASL interpreters on Guam, and committing to fostering programs, partnerships, and resources to grow this critical workforce so that communication access is never out of reach for our community members.
Now, therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Aktu Magatlaking Guahan, acting governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as American Sign Language and Deaf Awareness Month, and call upon all residents of Guam to join in recognizing and celebrating the history, language, and culture of the deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community. Given under my hand, I caused the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed here in the capital village of Hagåtña on this 19th day of September in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2025. Viva American Sign Language and Deaf Awareness Month.
Thank you, everyone. We're so happy to celebrate with you. I now want to ask everyone to join us to the front for a group photo. Please. Thank you.